Hello drama lovers, welcome back to my channel. Breaking news. What if the love story that fans have whispered about for years was never just a rumor for years? Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan stood under the blinding lights of fame, flawless, untouchable, and silent. But behind the cameras, something unspoken grew between them. Something too powerful to hide. And now, after years of coded looks, subtle gestures, and unsent messages, the truth has finally surfaced, a confession that the world never expected, but secretly hoped for. This is not just another celebrity headline. This is the story that changed everything. It all began in 2018, on the set of The Untamed. Two young actors, both rising stars, met for the first time under a gray sky, surrounded by crew, makeup artists, and the faint hum of anticipation. Wang Yibo, known for his cool composure and almost mysterious silence. Xiao Zhan, warm, radiant, with a smile that could disarm the coldest heart. At first, they were just co-stars. Professionals bound by script and schedule. But something shifted the moment their eyes met on camera. The chemistry was electric, raw, magnetic, impossible to fake. Even the director paused during takes, whispering to the crew, "Did you feel that?" As days turned into nights, rehearsals became conversations, and rehearsals became laughter. Between scenes, they shared stories about music, family, and the silent struggles of fame. Yibo's calm balance met Xiao Zhan's warmth, like two worlds finally colliding. Fans noticed. Edits flooded social media, analyzing every glance, every smirk, every unscripted touch. The world called it Yibo Xiao chemistry. But behind those viral clips, something deeper was forming, something fragile and real. Yet fame is never kind to love. The closer they grew, the more the spotlight burned. Rumors exploded. They're more than co-stars. Look at the way Yibo looks at him. Both agencies denied everything. Both actors smiled politely in interviews, pretending it was all imagination. But when the cameras stopped rolling, and the set went dark, it wasn't he acting anymore. One rainy night after filming wrapped, Yibo found Xiao Zhan sitting quietly in his trailer, staring out the window. Without a word, Yibo placed his jacket over him and whispered, "You don't have to hide your heart." It was the beginning of something they couldn't undo. And as The Untamed became a worldwide phenomenon, their secret became the most beautiful mystery in the K-drama world. But every secret, no matter how deep, eventually demands to be seen. Fame grew faster than either of them expected. Fan clubs turned into armies. Shipping turned into obsession. Every interview, every public event, people searched for hidden meanings. Their friendship was dissected like evidence in a courtroom of millions. Yibo's quiet glances. Xiao Zhan's nervous laughter. Nothing escaped the fandom's microscope. Then came the silence. In late 2020, after a wave of controversies and public backlash, the two drifted apart, at least publicly. No more joint appearances. No more playful interactions. Just polite distance and cold professionalism. The fandom cracked in half. Some believed they had fought. Others whispered something more painful, that they were forced apart. Behind the scenes, Yibo poured his emotions into his motorcycle races, into silence and speed. Xiao Zhan found solace in his music, his lyrics carrying a quiet ache, lines about loneliness, about a love that could never be named. In one interview, when asked about The Untamed, Xiao Zhan paused and smiled faintly. He said, "Some roles don't end when filming stops." And the internet went wild. Still, both men carried on, flawless in the public eye, but haunted behind it. Years passed. Until one night in 2025, at a film festival in Seoul, they appeared again. Together. It wasn't planned. They were both presenting awards at the same ceremony. The moment their eyes met on that red carpet, the crowd erupted. Cameras flashed. Time seemed to freeze. And in that split second a silent smile passed between them. Old, familiar, devastating. It was enough for the world to know the story wasn't over. A few days later, social media exploded. An anonymous post surfaced online, a handwritten note, allegedly from one of them. It read, "You were my calm in chaos, my silence in noise. We didn't need to be seen to be real." Fans lost their minds. The handwriting matched the phrases, the same ones Yibo used in an old interview. Finally, after 3 days of silence, both artists posted the same image on their official accounts. A black and white still from the Untamed. Two figures walking away from the camera, side by side. No caption. No tags. The world stopped breathing. In just 1 hour, millions of comments flooded in. Some cried. Some screamed. Some simply wrote, "We waited for this." And then, in a live interview days later, Yibo broke his silence. With a calm voice, he said, "Some stories don't belong to the screen. They belong to the heart." He didn't need to say the name. Everyone knew. Xiao Zhan, watching from the audience, smiled, eyes glistening under the lights. In that moment, years of whispers finally had their answer. It wasn't just a confession. It was a declaration. Two men, bound by art, separated by fame, reunited by truth. And for the first time, the world saw them not as idols, not as characters, but as humans who dared to love in silence. After that night, the internet would never be the same. Clips of their gaze, their words, their silence replayed endlessly. Fans around the world lit candles, posted art, wrote letters saying, "Thank you for showing us that love doesn't need permission." Neither agency made statements. No denials, no clarifications. Because maybe, none were needed.